strictly business when I say you're not star material, Elaine. That's my opinion, and I don't care who knows it.
Well, I think my dance could be very provocative.
Sweetie, the only thing you could arouse is suspicion.
Chris, the company's ready to run the square dance.
Oh, joy beyond my wildest dreams.
May I?
And Carmen, how many more hours do we have left until we're re-reviewed by...
Daryl Grady of the Boston Globe.
Grady? You're not what I expected. But then again, I've never actually seen a picture of you.
Complete anonymity is a critic's best tool.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't bite the hand that slaps me, but it's unethical to re-review our rehearsal.
Oh, but you forget I report on theater for the Globe as well as review it. Your show is news, and I'm setting aside my customary professional distance to interview members of your company down in the green room. With your permission, Mrs. Bernstein.
It's free publicity, Carmen.
Poor Sidney. He would have died to get this much press. And he did. Green room's all yours, Grady.
All right. The Fort Henderson Square dance number. Johnny, bring in the set pieces.
Bring out the set pieces.
Okay. Randy, ready? Yes. Gentlemen? Good. Very good. How are we? Good. Okay. Bambi will be auditioning a new section with Bobby.
This I've got to see.
Keep all your fingers crossed.
So, let us follow the yellow brick road in the wrong direction. All the way back to Kansasland. Nina, yeehaw!
Come every second Sunday of each month throughout the year. The women folk head out from town and greet the soldiers here.
We bring them home good victuals.
Yeah, that's all these ladies share.
There ain't no chance for romance when the dance is strictly square.
In Kansas land, in the straw we never stray. 'Cause in Kansas land, you can't be too good in the hay. In Kansas land, don't shake the sassafras. 'Cause in Kansas land, there's lots of splendor in that grass.
These ladies swear the good book is the one book they believe. Yet think about when Adam found himself alone with Eve. There weren't no preacher present when he gave his mate a whirl. But where'd we be if Eve had not been that kind of girl?
In Kansas land, where the prairie meets the sky. In Kansas land, ain't no finer place to live or die. In Kansas land, where virtue never fades. 'Cause in Kansas land, we're always sure to pull the shades.
There came to old Fort Henderson young Princess Kickapoo, who kept her wigwam warm at night with every sou she knew. Her tribal dance is worth the glance. Her hips go pow, wow, wow. When this papoose says,
That's the moose.
the soldiers cry and howl.
I have men posted at all the exits, so nobody's getting out of here, including whoever fired that shot. Bobby!
Hey, I'm bleeding.
Looks like it's just a crease wound. Did anyone notice anything? Bobby, how many people knew you'd be leaping when you did?
Well, nobody. I was trying it for the first time. That's some fancy shooting.
Too fancy. Unless you weren't the person they were trying to shoot. Everybody but Bobby, go back to where you were when the shot rang out. You folks stay right here.
Hold on. Aren't we all sitting ducks here?
Whoever shot Bobby had plenty of time to fire again if they didn't mind getting caught. Go back to your places. Guys, these benches were here?
That's right.
Uh-huh. Here's where the bullet entered and exited. It grazed Bobby, but may have been intended for you, Randy. Why aren't you wounded?
I am. Deep down. You can ask him why.
Are you usually standing here at this point in the number?
Oh, no. I moved here when Bobby jumped to give him more room.
Then most likely you weren't the target either. So still following its path, the bullet must have been aimed at you, Niki. You were here when Bobby was shot?
I'm not sure. Is that important?
Well, if you were here, you couldn't very well have shot it yourself, and I could rule you out as the killer.
You hadn't ruled me out already, Lieutenant?
Wait a second, Bobby. You're holding that handkerchief against your left arm.
Well, it's bleeding.
But that's impossible. If the shot came from out there, and you were leaping with your right side to the audience, there's no way the bullet could have grazed the left side of your left arm. Yes, so it's exactly the opposite. The bullet was fired from behind the upstage guard tower, grazed Bobby at the end of his leap, and continued through the bench on its way to you.
Me?
Yup. And here's the bullet.
But that would mean that the shot was fired
by someone on this stage or behind that scenery. Those of you who were off stage, were you with anyone? No. Then it seems the only people who couldn't have fired the shot were Nina and Carmen, because you were both downstage of... by the way, don't you think Bobby should play his dance much further downstage?
I was planning to have the same idea.
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to search everybody for a gun.
Oh, there won't be any need for that. She did it!
She did it, that Niki is...
Please, stop that! Niki, what are you doing with that?
I found it back there. It's an automatic, so I guess we can't use it as a prop in our Western story. At least my fingerprints won't be all over the evidence this time. There's tape wrapped around the handle and the trigger. Oh gosh, I might have killed you, Frank.
Hand me the gun, very slowly, Niki.
Well, I've got something to say to whichever one of you is trying to knock me off. Knock it off!
Lieutenant?
Yes, Johnny.
We're way overdue for a break.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Back in 10, everyone. We're clearing the set.
Cioffi, you're gonna protect me, right? There's already been 2 murders committed on this stage.
3 if you count the integrity of musical theater.
You couldn't be surrounded by more police.
Come on, Mother.
Trust me, you couldn't be surrounded by more police than you are at the moment.
Come on, Mother. You should get something to eat. If you're nervous, I'll taste your food for you.
You have no taste, Elaine. I've seen your makeup, your closet, and your boyfriend's. And I've seen a couple of your boyfriends in the closet with your makeup.
You never have a good word to say about me, do you? Especially in public. I thought I did pretty good in that last number.
Big deal, considering the 15 years of ballet, jazz, and circus training I paid for. My professional opinion is you just don't have what it takes, Elaine. I'm sorry, but you volunteered for this life, dyed your hair, changed your name. Why of all the names on earth did you pick Bambi?
Because in the movie, Bambi's mother is shot to death by hunters.
Somebody just tried to do that to me, sweetheart, and I noticed nobody's ruled out you. Come on, Oscar. Got the keys to the lobby bar. Let's make us some Bloody Marys.
Hey, despite what your mother says, you were great in that Kansasland number.
Lieutenant, I really appreciate that.
No. I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Bambi, your dance really was good.
Yeah, better than I could have imagined, kiddo.
I told you, Bobby, just give me a chance and I won't let you down.
And don't pay any attention to what your mother says. At least no one can ever claim that you're in this show because of nepotism.
I guess that's pretty obvious.
Believe me, Lieutenant, Bambi isn't the girl in this cast who used personal corrections to help her career.
What do you mean by that?
Sorry, but a stage manager is equal parts psychiatrist, mother hen, and father confessor. What anyone in the cast shares with me, I consider privileged information. Besides, Lieutenant, what I know, I don't think you wanna.
Oh, Georgia, there you are.
Oh, Aaron, good. Could I talk to the three of you for a moment about Bernstein's little black book of blackmail? He wrote a memo about every person in the cast, with 3 noteworthy exceptions. You, and you. Now, going by the book, Bernstein had nothing on you. Yet the production budget says you're getting the same raw deal as the rest of the cast. Why are you toiling for pennies when you could be doing so much better elsewhere? No one has anything to say?
Can you blame us? If I recall, one of those death threats said, make another sound and you'll end up underground.
Exactly. But Georgia, I never read that particular death threat out loud.
What?
Niki and the late Jessica Cranshaw were the only cast members who saw it. Other than the person who sent it, of course.
But, well, then Niki must have told me.
I told her not to tell anyone.
I didn't, Frank. I told you I wouldn't, so I didn't.
Then I'm sorry, Georgia. I have no choice but to book you on suspicion of murder.
What are you saying?
Niki, would you be able to go on tonight?
Oh, I get it. You want to give a little boost to your sweetheart's career.
My relationship with Niki Harris is purely that of police investigator and possible suspect.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, I'm really starting to like you, Frank.
Oh, it's reciprocal, I assure you.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that.
I'm more than glad. I was doing something.
Arresting me for murder?
Yes, it makes perfect sense. Jessica Cranshaw's death... please don't forget what we were saying. Jessica Cranshaw's death gave you a chance to star on Broadway, and when Sid Bernstein decided to close the show in Boston, his death kept your chance alive. Miss Hendricks, you'll have to come with me.
Wait a second, Lieutenant. I'm who you want.
You're confessing to the murders, Mr. Fox.
You heard what I said?
That's not a simple thing to retract.
Think about what you're doing.
I have. Look, this is a great thing that's happening in your life now. I'm not important.
Very noble. Yet you're on record as being dead set against Georgia taking this role.
No. I only said that because I knew if she took the part, she wouldn't have time to write with me. Be with me. That's how Sydney got me to work for nothing. It was the only way I knew to be near her again. I stuck out of town every night, huddled over a piano. Who knows what might have happened?
But that's how Sydney got me to work on the show too, Aaron. I wanted the same thing.
You did?
I do.
But you and Bobby...
No. Forget that.
I don't understand.
I didn't want you to. Not until I knew how you felt. But you seemed as preoccupied as ever with your music.
No, because our songs were the only place that you and I were still together.
Aaron, you said our songs.
Our songs. Our life. God, what was I thinking when I let you slip away? Oh, yeah. I was thinking of me. Only of me. What was I thinking? Spending each moment of each waking day, thinking of me, shutting you out,
sometimes
making you wait,
sometimes
too self-involved to say how I do need you. Pretend I missed the music. I miss my friend. No need to wonder what I would do. I choose the music I make with you.
Lieutenant! You know how I knew that particular death threat? You showed it to me when you were questioning me. And you were going to arrest me for murder.
Guess the joke's on me.
Lieutenant, I officially unconfessed to everything. Except being a fool.
Aaron, our director needs to see you on the double.
I'm excused.
Go.
See you downstairs. Partner.
Partner. Thank you, Lieutenant. You played your part very effectively.
Oh, and what a treat to share a scene with you! And a fair exchange. You got Aaron to show you his cards, and I got the answer to why you both came on board with this show.
You and Georgia staged all that?
Yes. It was her idea. A good one, I thought. And you've been playing a part too, haven't you, Bobby?
I plead guilty to impersonating George's devoted lover.
When we first started rehearsals, I asked Bobby if he'd pretend we were involved again to see if I could stir up something, anything in Aaron.
Good job.
Thank you, Bobby. I'm so grateful.
Just a polite reminder, you're still suspects.
Right.
But Bobby, I may have found out why Aaron and Georgia work for Sidney Bernstein, but I still don't know your reason.
I always wanted to give a performance of a lifetime.
Fooling Aaron by acting as if you're in love with Georgia?
No, fooling Georgia. That I'm acting. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for her.
Except commit murder.
Even that, if she asked me.
Oh, Frank.